Hey everybody, Risers here to discuss One Piece manga chapter 1031 titled Warrior of Science. Now we're once again blessed with a fantastic chapter of One Piece this week. We do have a 2-week break coming up, so it's great to end off with such a delicious chapter to dissect. So without any further ado, let's jump right into it. We get an absolutely stunning color page this week showing off all our favorite First Division commanders. We got Rayleigh, Ben Beckman, King, Katakuri, Killer, Marco, even Sabo's here, Shiryu, Zoro, and Beppo. Now, all these guys are absolute monsters, top level fighters in the verse. Now, I want to talk about the three from the Supernova real quick here, Killer, Zoro, and Beppo. Now, Killer, after his fight with Hawkins and his feats on the rooftop, earned his spot amongst this group of legends. Zoro obviously tanked a double attack from 2 Emperors of the Sea, and now he's fighting against a First Division commander who's, a fellow one who's on this cover page as well. Yeah, he deserves his spot here too. Sabo, second in command of the Revolutionary, belongs here. Absolute top. He was already so powerful, now he has the Marimara no Mi, get into training, top notch. But I opened up this chapter this week for my first read through, and I see Beppo here, and I'm like, what are you doing here? What? Excuse me? Beppo? What? Look. Nothing against Beppo as a character. I think he's great. He's funny, comedic, great personality. Love Beppo. But he seems out of place here when you're looking at absolute monsters. People who, I look at everyone depicted in this color page, and all of these characters, with the exception of maybe Killer, I haven't made a power scaling list in a while, but all these characters probably fall within my top 30 strongest. So it's just kind of funny to see Beppo just like chilling there with everyone else when all these other characters have really earned their place as elite fighters, and then there's just Beppo. What is it? His bounty's like what? It's like 500 berries, I think. I know Chopper's is 100 as of right now, and Beppo has that same problem of being seen as the pet, but really funny. So we kick off this chapter exactly where we left off. Big double attack from Law and Kid, and Big Mom's underneath all the rubble, and the Beast Pirates are going, oh, hey, there's... You know what? Big Mom can't survive that. That's so much steel. Like, she got crushed by them, didn't she? But as we see, she gets right back up. But before that, Kid and Law are talking, and they're all exhausted. Oh, man. That was a lot. And Law's like, oh, hey, Kid. How long does that magnet fruit work? Like, I can see that you assign magnetism to people. Tell me, how long can you keep that up for? And Kid's like, shut up, Trafalgar. I'm not telling you my secrets. You think I'm going to give you that kind of information? As we see in this chapter, though, Big Mom gets up right away. So it's probably not too long. It has to do with his stamina, I'm guessing. So since they've been fighting for a long time, and considering Big Mom's strength, he probably can't, assign her for too long. But it could have something to do with Conqueror's Hockey, just relative strength of the opponent too. Either way, Big Mom gets right back up, uses her soul focus on all the Beast Pirates nearby, rips it all out, and then instills it in the steel beams, creating herself a nice army of homies. Now, here we get to see a brand new ability from Big Mom. She takes a year of her lifespan, consumes it to make herself stronger and grow in size, and she becomes just a terrifying, demonic mama, for lack of a better term. She's terrifying. And Napoleon is massive here, just dwarfing everything. She looks terrifying here, and she's given some props to Kid and Law. She's like, you know what? I have not taken that much damage in decades. Like, I feel good. Let's fight. You're coming for the throne, right? Luffy, I know Luffy's chasing that Pirate King. You gotta come through the Emperors first. So if you think you're ready for this stage, prove to me that you're an Emperor. Let's fight. And Law's sitting here. He's just, oh my gosh. All I wanted to do was have Kaido take out Doflamingo. Like, that's how this all started. What has Luffy wrote me into, man? God damn, I'm just here to learn about history, man. Why do I have to deal with this freak of nature? And Kid's like, okay, everything we got now. Even if it kills us, we bring down Mama. Setting up some super exciting fighting for the future. But of course, we got to go deal with Apu and Drake now, right? Yamato's running through, and Big Mom, Kid, and Law are all out there, all the steel beams everywhere. And she's like, okay, well, path is blocked. I'll duck through the cave chamber where Apu and Drake are in the middle of a little scuffle right now. And Drake has actually figured out how Apu's power actually works. So he activates his abilities and his attacks through his hearing, and then he aims them with his sight. Now, how his power works doesn't really matter to us as the reader, consumer of One Piece, but for the fighters in the world, figuring that out can definitely give you a huge advantage over Apu. And Apu's like, hey man, shut up. Don't just spill my secrets like that. What the fuck, man? But he's, he's cool, calm, collected-ish. She's like, the numbers are right there, so you know what? Even if you know how my attacks work, you gotta worry about them too. But Yamato comes crashing through, and she's like, oh, what are all these people doing in here, huh? What's going on? And Apu, he sees this as an opportunity. He's, oh, Yamato. Alright, fuck Drake. I'm going with her. She's strong as shit. And he's like, hey, I got some information for you. Like, you want to join up? And she's like, I'm not with Kaido anymore, buddy. You can drop it. He's like, wait, that's better. Me neither. I'm just trying to get out of here. I'm just trying to make sure I can survive. But Fuga here, he's like, well, Yamato. And Drake kind of steps in front of Yamato. I don't know if he steps in front of her or if Yamato just kind of smacked him away because he just happened to be in a defensive stance from his fight with Apu. But she's like, don't even try and stop me. Get out of my way. I got a time limit to deal with here. And Drake's like, I don't give a shit about Kaido either. I'm not on his side. I'm back in Luffy now. You're chilling. And Yamato's like, I don't have time to sit and ask questions. There's a ticking time bomb. The Kazenbo's been activated. Onigishima's gonna fall. I don't know how Momo's doing out there, though as the reader, we know he's doing pretty well, Slow and steady wins the race, building up those flame clouds slowly. She runs on, and Fuga ends up chasing after her. Now, I've heard a few theories, people discussing the chapters and what's been going on recently. Some people do believe that the numbers who are these scientific experiments for gigantification and whatnot, it's a possibility that one of these guys, or multiple of them, are some of the samurai that we saw locked away with Yamato when she was a child, when Kaido locked her away. So if that's the case, that could explain why Fuga is chasing after her. Now, what he wants with her, who's to say? Maybe he wants to talk to her, maybe he wants to protect her, maybe he just wants to be around her because, maybe he's lost some of his humanity, but still goes, oh, that's Yamato, I remember her, and just feels comfortable, safe around her. And Apu, as Yamato's running away, he's like, okay, hey, Evie, Zaga, let's go. Come on, we got to get Yamato on our side. And they're just kind of like, huh? What's going on now? They don't give a shit about this. And Drake's like, oh, I'm not letting Apu get away. I got to chase after him too. So setting up all these characters to be around each other and connected for the next few weeks to come. Super exciting. It'll be interesting to see where it goes. I just hope that Apu doesn't get too trigger happy down near the explosives, because that could trigger some chain reactions with the Kazenbo and reduce that time limit that we have. So we'll have to end up seeing. Now, we cut over and we see CP0 is finally making their move on Nico Robin. And the Minks here, they decide to, all right, you know what? Hey, Brooke, you make sure Robin's okay. You guys run ahead. We're going to sit back and fight these guys. Now, even before we get a little piece of dialogue from Robin telling us how strong these guys actually are, there's no way the Minks are stopping two members of CP0. These are elite government agents. But as Brooke jumps down with Robin, they were on the second floor. They're jumping down to the first floor now. Might give them some opportunities to run into some more characters to help defend against these Cypher Pole agents, because after what Robin says here, where she goes, out of everyone in Cypher Pole 0, the characters, or the agents with the masks, they're the strongest and most elite agents. Now, remember that chapter we got with Rob Lucci when he called this masked agent we see here, who at the end, right after Robin says this, he does shaves away. He's got the cool eye mask and he's got the hat on. This guy, I perceived him to be Rob Lucci's, I thought Rob Lucci was his superior just based on how I interpreted the dialogue, and considering Rob Lucci is a legend, one of the greatest villains of all time in One Piece, from one of the greatest arcs of all time in One Piece, I kind of had that, bias and perception for Rob Lucci there. But knowing this, oh my goodness, the fact that there's more terrifying agents than Rob Lucci and CP0 sets up some very interesting stuff. I don't know who's going to end up fighting this guy, because after finding that out, I'm not so sure Brook's going to be able to deal with him. I think Brook can hold his own. Brook's not a slouch, not a pushover. But if this guy really is more powerful than Rob Lucci, which is what Robin's dialogue here suggests, we're going to need someone else to deal with that. Back at the pleasure hall, all the geishas are really mad at Sanji because apparently he ended up hurting one of the geishas. Now, Sanji's like, what? I would never do that. That's literally my entire credo is I won't touch women, even if they're my opponent and I'm fighting for Luffy. I won't hurt a woman. Like, he flashes back to when the Germa hurt women, and he was like, that's everything I stand against. I'll never allow something that to happen. But clearly here, as we see, he flashes back, and all he can remember is he's running through the pleasure hall deep in thought about, oh no, like, thinking about all the changes, everything that happened. And there was a girl there, and she goes, oh, hey, I'm not here to fight, I'm just a geisha, I just work in the pleasure hall, it's fine. And Sanji tramples over her. And she looks up at him after, and she's covered in blood, tears in her eyes, and she's terrified of him. And Sanji takes a moment here, and he goes, well, what's more useful to the Pirate King? Is it a cold-blooded killing machine who has no emotions, doesn't feel, but can just topple over even the strongest opponents? Or does he want the real me, the Sanji who can't control himself around women and who will never hurt someone? And he's like, okay. I know what I have to do. I've made up my mind. Pulls out the raid suit, and this gets Queen all excited. He's, finally! Yes! Alright! You got it! Alright. Yes, let's see it. I'm so excited right now, Sanji. Let's do it. Finally, I get to see that Germa tech. Hell yeah! Sanji drops it on the ground. He's like, yeah, this has to be the cause of it. Whatever was lying dormant within me was awakened by this raid suit. I can't change that. It's in the past. I can't unwear it, but I can control what happens from here on. And he stomps on it, and he says, no more. I will not become that. I will do whatever I can to prevent that and to not be what my bloodline dictates. And Queen's like, hey, whoa, 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 whoa. You didn't have to do that. Like, if you don't want to wear it, I'll take it off your hands. No problem, buddy. I want to see this tech. And Sanji lights a cigarette, takes a nice puff, lets it out, pulls out a transponder snail, gives a ring to Zoro, who's outside fighting King, doing well, holding his own. And Zoro goes, oh, I don't remember having a transponder snail. And Sanji's like, shut up. I put it on you just so that we could be in touch. Listen up here. We're about to beat the Beast Pirates. And Zoro's like, yeah, I know that, but I'm kind of fighting a sadistic, murderous killing machine here. Can you maybe save this for later or get to the damn point? And Sanji's like, yep, okay, listen. This is really serious. I need you to focus up here. After we beat them, after we win, if I'm not in my right mind, if I'm acting weird, if I'm different, I need you to kill me. And Zoro's taken aback by this. He's like, what? You need me to kill you? Takes a second. Okay, fine. I'll kill you. Just like you asked me to. I'll do it. I don't really understand what's going on here, but if something seems off with you, I'll do it. I got you. But if that's the case, you better not die before then. And Sanji's like, yep, thanks. Hangs up, disappears into the sky. And Queen's like, where the fuck did he go? Is this more Germa science? Son of Judge, tell me what's going on. And Sanji's got all this burning passion from, the emotions of having hurt a woman for the first time in his life, from having the resolve to tell Zoro that if I am permanently messed up because of this, I have to die, because I do not want to become that. And then just, the emotions of the entire raid and battle and everything they've been throughout Wano, heating him up like we've never seen before. And he unleashes a massive hell memories on Queen, sending him flying through the pleasure hall. Such a great way to end this chapter. Now, guys, I won't lie to you. When I was first reading that little section about Sanji going, hey, you have to kill me, Zoro, I was tearing up. I was almost like bawling. It was very tough to read. Good stuff though this week. I don't think Zoro's gonna end up killing him at the end of this arc though. It's highly unlikely. Maybe we know Oda's hesitant to kill characters. I don't think he's gonna kill one of the main characters, but maybe that'll be Oda rectifying his past mistakes with bringing people like Kinemon back. Only way to know is we'll have to wait and see. But I have faith in Sanji. He'll find a way to break the mold and not be what his bloodline dictates. He'll find his humanity. He'll make it work. And he'll just get to have the bonuses of the awakened Germa powers within him alongside that humanity. And I think a good sign towards him, restoring that humanity is the Hell memories, because that's fueled by his passion and his emotions, right? So the fact that he can still have that and bring that out means he's not that emotionless monster that the rest of the Germa siblings are. Nonetheless, guys, such an amazing chapter of One Piece this week. So good. Let me know down in the comments below, do you think Zoro's going to end up killing Sanji at the end of this? I know we're all we're hearing that, thinking about this. No way in hell, right? But it's also possible that Oda might pull the trigger on that to go, oh, you guys thought I wouldn't kill characters? No, I just don't want to kill minor characters. I'm killing one of the main characters of this story, man. We'll just have to wait and see. But we've got a 2-week break coming up, so hopefully we'll find some great stuff to talk about in the meantime. Alright guys, that's going to do it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like the video if you did. Leave some comments below, commenting your thoughts on this week's chapter. Make sure to subscribe for more anime and manga content, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.